tragic death of American citizen Renee Nicole Good sparks outrage in Minneapolis and across the U.S. On January 7, 2026, 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good, a United States citizen, mother of three, poet, and community figure, was fatally shot by a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) agent in South Minneapolis, igniting widespread public shock and debate over federal law enforcement tactics. According to video captured by bystanders, Good was sitting in her vehicle on a snowy residential street when federal agents approached her SUV during a large immigration enforcement operation. As she drove away from the scene, an ICE agent fired multiple shots into the vehicle at close range, striking Good. She was later pronounced dead at Hennepin County Medical Center. Local officials and family members described Good as compassionate, nonviolent, and devoted to her children. Her mother said she was probably terrified during the encounter and highlighted her daughter's life as one marked by kindness and creativity. Good's ex-husband similarly rejected claims she was involved in any protest or confrontation, noting she had just dropped off her child at school, contested accounts and federal justification. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, defended the ICE agent's actions, labeling the incident an act of domestic terrorism, and claiming Good attempted to use her vehicle to harm federal officers. DHS officials asserted the agent fired in self-defense. In sharp contrast, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz condemned the federal narrative. Mayor Frey criticized the DHS statement as false and reckless, urging ICE to withdraw from the city and accusing federal agents of undermining public safety. National reaction, protests and public outcry. The shooting has triggered powerful reactions nationwide. Vigils and demonstrations took place not only in Minneapolis but also in cities such as New York, Seattle, and Washington, D.C., with protesters calling for accountability and justice for Good's death. Many signs referenced broader grievances over immigration enforcement and federal authority. Tensions at protest sites escalated at times, with clashes between demonstrators and federal personnel reported. On social media and community forums, reactions vary widely. Some mourn Good as a tragic victim of overreach, while others debate the circumstances leading up to the shooting. Many voices emphasize that, regardless of the specifics, no civilian should lose their life without transparent investigation and accountability.
This is the glove compartment of Renee Good. 37-year-old mom, 3 kids. She wasn't a terrorist. She wasn't a criminal. She was a mom. There's no weapon in that glove compartment. There's no knife, no gun, no explosive. There's stuffed animals. Any one of us with young kids knows what that glove compartment looks like. It's a distraction device. It's a bribery tool. It's a way to keep your kids calm when they're acting out in the car. She had a baby to go home to. A 6-year-old who is now orphaned, who lost his father just 2 years ago. So you want to defend this? You want to defend the murder of this mom? You want to root on and cheer for her being shot in the face 3 times? Unfortunately, this is where we have been heading from the start. It was just a matter of time. When you hire masked thugs, of course, it's going to get increasingly horrible. We started with ICE agents chasing people through the fields and the factories where they work, deporting U.S. kids with stage 4 cancer, pulling peaceful people out of their homes and cars by their hair. And now, shooting a mother and telling us, just like you told us on January 6th, don't believe your eyes when you see the video. Is this going to get worse? Of course it will. Bodies are piling up. Will Renee Good be the last mom murdered by ICE? We literally now have masked murderers roaming our streets. But we're not helpless. And if my Republican colleagues are going to do nothing right now, you better believe that accountability is coming. Here's what it looks like. The masks are coming off. Identification is coming out. Immunity is going to be stripped. And to Kristi Noem, Tom Cashbag Homan, and Greg Bovino, your asses are going to be in these witness chairs. The job we have on this committee is to keep Trump out of our streets, out of our homes, and out of our lives. No policy matters to anyone on this committee if you can't protect your people. So people like Renee Good, an American citizen, a mom, doesn't get shot 3 times in the face. So she can go home to her 6-year-old child. And so we can go back to the country I know we are.
Trump's response and political divide. Former President Donald Trump weighed in publicly amid rising tensions. Trump described the footage as horrible to watch, but also reiterated that federal officers must be supported in their missions. His comments have further polarized public opinion, with supporters echoing federal law enforcement's need for backing and critics accusing the administration of justifying excessive force. The incident has reignited national debates over immigration policy, federal jurisdiction, use of force, and civil liberties, particularly in communities already sensitive to law enforcement actions in Minneapolis. What's next? Federal and state investigators, including the FBI and Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, are now examining the circumstances of the shooting and use of deadly force. Meanwhile, Minneapolis residents and advocates continue to demand transparency, accountability, and changes to how federal operations are conducted in American cities. In conclusion, what is your opinion on this issue after the cold-blooded death of this citizen?